Welcome to Detroit, boys. This is not the video I was hoping to make. I was hoping to make like first podium ever, but that was yeah, not the case. Here's the heat race, by the way. Heat race, yeah, we had to race this again for the 5th time, by the way, on Monday, instead of having to just do the normal race on Friday. And I think that start right there is a product of racing the track 2 or 3 days later, because what happens is everyone's very, very consistent. I think, in my opinion, that's what happens. Or everyone's confident and consistent, and so everyone wants to go for it. Another product of racing the track 2 or 3 days later is everyone is running the exact same line. And so it makes passing really, 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 really difficult, as you'll see throughout the race, because, well, everyone's similar speed and all running the same line, so you just kind of have to sit behind people and wait for a mistake. But I was a little bummed we had to redo the heats. On Friday, I actually won my heat. Well, we did 4 heats, and I went 2-1-3-2. So all better finishes than this one, as you'll see. So having to rerun the heats was a little bit of a bummer. I got really good starts in those other 4 heats, and this 5th one was the only one that I didn't have like a top 3 start in. And yeah, so coming through the pack is a lot more difficult on this track, especially, like I said, a couple days later when everyone's running the exact same line because everyone's figured it out. When, you know, typically, especially for EU, in that 30 minutes to an hour that we have on the track, you know, some guys really figure out the fast lines faster, and so it makes passing, it also, like, it makes lapping a lot easier when you're getting around lappers, because, you know, they may be able to stay out of the lines there. W Charlie, by the way, he was barking all day long. And yeah, so here we are in the heat, just kind of working our way through the pack. I knew that I was just trying to be consistent. Oh my gosh, that was scary. Just trying to be consistent and you know, make consistent passes, and I didn't want to take anybody out. I didn't want to take myself out. We're in a transfer spot, so I knew, like, even if I got 6th or whatever, Cacao just, I guess, pulled out. I don't know. I'm unsure. My guess is he couldn't see to his left and then just tried to turn around, and I was there, but that was just unfortunate. You hate to see it, though. That's kind of the theme of this race, is stuff like that. You'll see. But yeah, so end up getting up to P5 here as I almost go down. My whip speed and my sector 3 speed was actually really, really good all night, as you'll see. And then, is this Hubert? We got Hubert for real, makes a little mistake. We get around Hubie, little Hubington. And then, yeah, that was it. We basically just kind of stuck in 4th at that point. 1st through 3rd were out in front of me, but on to the main event, boys. Here we go, main event. I got 4th, so I had like 9th gate pick or something. Not a great gate pick, but somehow kind of salvaged a decent start. Not the greatest start, but everyone was kind of going down. Finn tried to go for that triple, goes down there. I bet he regrets that because he was buried and had to come through the pack and still ended up getting 3rd. But make a nice little pass there on Valentine and Dan, I think that was. And when I was talking about my sector 3 speed, look at that. Look at that, we close right up on these boys. At this point, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling spicy right now. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, all right, we're P5. I saw them get cuts. We're P3. I was feeling really good. I could see Cloud was a little bit kind of all over, like, I don't want to say all over the place, but then goes for the most interesting pass on the first lap I've ever seen. Cloud, if you watch this, are we good? Are we good? We're T-boning Neon on the first. Okay, anyway, I'm not gonna make a big deal about it, but yeah, that was really unfortunate. Not sure what was going on there, but that's okay. Anyway, so now we're back like P16 or something, and I was very frustrated and very not playing the game well at this point. I was very, very frustrated, and I don't know that I've ever been that frustrated playing bikes before. You know, I have a lot of hours. Oh my gosh, the whip speed's crazy. And I don't know that I've ever really been that frustrated. And I really just think it's because I just believe, man. I believe, like, man, good start. This is the opportunity. We can do it. Lock behind Neon. I was pretty confident Neon was going to check out based off of quality times and Neon, you know, having a couple extra days on the track. Neon is a very, very good at hot laps. And then you give him the opportunity to hot lap the track for two or 3 days. and I think he's going to be a very difficult person to beat, which, spoiler alert, he waxed everybody. So yeah, I pretty much wasn't expecting to get around Neon, but being up in the top 3, I've really felt like I could do well. This is just chaos. I don't know how I survived. WKTM just surviving, I guess. Charlie, oh my gosh, I don't know how I survived this either. Cloud, like, really didn't pull out in front of me, but I thought he was, and so I jumped to the side. You see Dimitri hit me there and keep me upright. Dimitri, that was awesome. But yeah, about this point in the race, I'm just tight. I'm just frustrated, making a bunch of mistakes here and there. As you can see, just like overriding for sure. Not really flowing, jumping off the side of the track. This is all me, right? This is all just my own fault, my own mistakes. No excuses, really. Just really bad. Like, I don't know, watching it back, it's like almost embarrassing. Then there's things like this, which I don't even know what was going on there. Like, man, it's frustrating because before this race, all right, I wanted to get some time in on the track. So, oh my gosh, my bad, Fridas, like that's just chalked. There's just so much going on there. Before this race, I didn't get to play Saturday or Sunday really. So I wanted to get some time in on Monday. So I got on like a couple hours earlier and was playing the track. And a fast time on this track is basically like a 47 or lower is like a pretty fast time. That would qualify you for NA, that top qualified us. 47 and 46s basically were the top 3 times for EU. Like, those are really fast times. So I figured if I could run 48s and 49s for a half hour straight, then I should be able to run 47s, 48s, and 49s for this 15-minute main event. And so that's what I tried to do before this race. And you know what? I did it. I put a clock for 30 minutes. And I ran 48s and 49s. And I felt really, really good. Going into this race, I felt really consistent. Like I said earlier, like, I knew that nobody was keeping up with Neon, but I knew I could out-consistent him, or consistency everybody else, and clearly, as you can tell, that was not the case. I let my emotions get to me, and this is a really good learning experience for me. There was some decisions I made in the day. I was like hyped up on caffeine. I was ready to race, and I don't think those were really very good decisions. I don't feel like I need all that, and I think it made me really kind of override and not think straight, and I don't know. So yeah, just kind of a nightmare race for me, to be honest. Definitely needed to be better, expected to be better. There are some people in the community making some comments about like, oh, you know, Doc has 5,000 hours and he's got P10 or something like that, or like whatever. And, you know, at first, I'm not gonna lie, I was very frustrated seeing some of those comments, but they're not wrong, you know, and I was really frustrated because I had the ability to do it, you know, and like, as you'll see, I make a ton of mistakes and I work my way through the field every single time. Like, I cannot tell you how many passes I made in this race, but then I would just, as much as I would love to blame it on like cross jumpers and stuff, like when I watch this back, I didn't really get taken out too much other than the very, very beginning. Like, I had a lot of like scary pucker moments, you know, like where we're like, ugh, but I didn't really actually get taken out by anybody. The only times I went down was on me. And so really no excuses. And you can see, look, I was down the 16th or something. Here's me and Billy. This is one of those times that got me really, really frustrated. But really, as you'll see, I don't really lose any time. I make the pass here on Billy. I think Billy gets a little sideways here, hits me. I do a 180 fakie back into the rut. But what did I lose? Like 3/10s? You know, like I can't blame Billy for that. You know, like, you know, I can't blame Billy for getting P10 after he made me do a 180 fakie. If anything, he gave me some good content there. So W Billy. But that's on Doc, you know? That's my fault. That's all me. That's a big mistake. You can see I fell back to like 12th, 13th again, but here we are, back up to 8th or 10th on the back of 8th and 9th. Cloud getting a little crazy there. I will say that's the one thing that I just don't understand, the pass that Cloud tried to make on Neon in the very beginning. But, you know, ease what it is. That had really nothing to do with where I finished in this race. Oh my gosh. And I definitely had ample opportunity to be top 5 in this race. After, you know, when I got around Billy and then I jumped off the side of the track, there was still like 10 minutes, 15 or like 12 minutes or something in this race. And I mean, I had the pace to catch the guys in front of us. I could see them. And so that mistake where I jumped off the side of the track there, that was what really did me in. And as you can see, oh, hey, shout out to the boy Ruspa. Okay, Charlie's an old man like me, but the difference is Charlie don't have 5,000 hours. Charlie's barking, you know? Cloud gets back around me because I make another goober mistake, man. I was just kind of falling apart at this point, you know? Like, then Dimitri gets around, I was just kind of tight. I ended up getting back, oh yeah, and then I jumped that and I crashed. I ended up getting back up around those guys again, and I catch back up to Billy. And so here's me in Billington, sitting at about, I'm P8, catching Billy in P7. And really the goal for me in this race, I really just wanted P7. I knew that there was a lot of like hot lap kids that had a couple days on the track that were gonna be able to just outpace me. And so I was okay with P7 or higher. And so going in with just a few laps left, I'm on Billy here, and try to go to the inside and try to cut his line off there. I was hoping I didn't take him out, which I didn't, thank the Lord. And I was like, nice, we got that pass done. And then look at the pass back on Billy, by the way. Oh my gosh, what a W pass from Billington. And then we got Lipostake, who just kind of came out of nowhere. I have no idea where he came from. And then I was like, all right, well, couple mistakes, but I really do feel like I still have the pace, especially in that third sector in the whoops. I really didn't run into anybody the whole time that I was behind anyone that I felt like had this pace that I did through the whoops. So I was like, all right, well, I'll just rail this next corner and we'll get through the whoops. Billy takes that line away, and I was like, all right, they're gonna shoot to the inside, and then he didn't, and I ran into the back of him. And then here I tried to jump back on the track, but Dimitri was absolutely on the pipe, and I ended up getting, that's just on me too. And then here's the last lap. I was sitting in P9, and again, just frustrating, man. But anyway, ended up P10. That's the race. I believe that we'll be back 2 weeks from now, and we'll be able to get it done. So thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, peace.